Okay, so sometimes you will find yourself missing a particular piece of mocap data and you will have to construct that. So this video will be about how we can use the post controls along with the story tool to construct some missing motions that we need for our whatever game or whatever you want to make. So in my particular case here, I have an idle pose, and I want to take this pose here and create a transition where I switch this foot to this hold, and then put this foot on the wall. Um, I have something which I can use for that. I have a clip here called part foot switch. It's hidden on the other side of the wall. So if we swing over here, we can see what this take looks like. This is a take where I switch feet from one foot to another. And I'm actually going to use that clip here to create what I'm missing here. So in order to do this, I will start off by putting this onto my story. And I'm going to turn on the story. And I'm going to move the character so I can see him. And probably want to move him down a little bit so he's kind of matching up with the general position I want to put him in. So something like this. Okay. So I don't need everything from this clip. I just need a little piece that consists of the foot switch from here to here. So only this actually going from here to here. That's what I need. So I'm gonna find the place in the animation where I start to move the foot. So that's about here. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this up here and remove the beginning. And I'm gonna find the place where I have the feet switched, which is here. Doesn't need to have all the extra stuff afterwards coming. So I'm gonna cut that out. That's gonna leave me with a short clip looking like this, going from here to here. Okay. So I'm gonna put this on, once I have this on a new take, and say no to copy. I'm gonna bring this to the beginning, and we've done this before. I'm gonna right click this and say frame start and end. And for now I'm just gonna plot this to this scene here. Okay. So let's see, we want to make actually the switch going from the square idle position. So we'll pick that first. So it's somewhere around here. So a post looking like this. That's where we want to come from. So I'm going to go to the post controls, and I've turned off match translation, rotation, and all this stuff here. None of this is selected. So I'm just going to press this little plus sign here, which is going to create a post for this. Okay, so that's the first part. The final, the destination animation or position, pose, whatever you call it, is this pose here. So I already prepared a little part of this, and that actually looks like this. So if I play this, you can see the hands are in the square position still. The left foot has already been switched to this hold, and the right foot is on the wall, like this. So this little clip here just has this movement looking like this. You just notice I have a wobbly foot, but that's something I could maybe correct afterwards. So this is just a part clip here. Anyway, I need to end up in this particular pose here, so I'm also gonna add this to my pose list here. And then I'm going to switch back to my take 2, where I have the foot switch. So I want the foot switch actually to happen going from the idle pose to to the end pose, to the begin pose of the next animation. So what I'm going to do is to go to anim layer 1 here, and then I'm going to find my idle square pose and double click that. So that's going to put him here in this starting position, and then I'm going to set a key for that. So what happens now is that the foot switch I made is still intact here, but now the feet, as you can see, are way off because I changed some on this. So that's something I just need to change afterwards here. So what I'm looking for is, I actually want to just pick this one here. I'm actually going to look for the point in time where this foot lands on the wall, which was supposed to be down here. So at this point, frame 20, I'm gonna take my toe effector, and also gonna take the wall and just hide it for a minute, because that allows me to swing to the other side. And then I'm gonna just move this one down to the cross here, or the intersection, and needs to go forward somewhat. Somewhat like that, maybe a little bit up, and a little bit back, somewhere around here. So I'm going to set a key here, and let's see how this looks now. So it's going to make a switch going from there to there. Now the end position, which is here, I think actually maybe I have too much animation here. Maybe I want to cut this off right where I have the leg stretched out. So maybe around here, 26 or so. And at this point, I want to be in this position here. So for now, I'm just going to try and set a key with this and see how that looks. So it's going to make this switch. That looked a little bit too abrupt, so I'm going to move this over somewhat. I'll give it a little bit more time. And maybe I actually do need all the length of this, so I'm going to drag it all the way out. And I want it to be like this at this time, so I'm going to set a key here and play that again. And that looks really, really weird. I think I have a key here I didn't want to move, so let's try that. For some reason it does not go into this pose here. Set a key for that. Actually, I think I'm gonna set it here and then just skip this one. Alright, so let's play that back again. This looks pretty okay, I think. Now the feet are moving around and the hands are moving around a little bit. That's not too bad. But yeah, this is a pretty good starting point, I think. So I'm just gonna go with this for now, and I'm gonna merge that down like this. Right, okay. So the next thing we need to do is to take this and combine with the rest of the motion. So if I take this and insert first, and then just gonna move it a little bit to the side, and then I have this part square hands with which was the rest of the movement. This one I wanted to combine, so I'm gonna take this and insert into the current take. I'll take this into the current take. What? Did not do that. So I'm going to drag this to the end of this clip and move this to the beginning. So that means now I have, if I turn on the story, I have the beginning, and then I have the rest of the movement here. And I apparently also have some animation with the root. Might as well just activate that. So I have the full animation. Okay, so let's play that back. First of all, I want to switch down to take 2, where I have maybe I do in this particular case want to make a new take, just to make sure that if I need to redo this, I can get back to that. And gonna frame start and end, and then plot this to the current take, see how that looks. So let's turn off the story. So there's a little pause in the movement here, just at the blend of the animation. So I'm just gonna take this and overlap a little bit, and let's select that, frame start and end, and just stay with the story. And that makes a little hiccup in the movement. Gonna try and, yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Now the movement I want, the end of the movement, I want to be like speeding up a little bit. So what I think I'm gonna do is to say, okay, at this point, I think right here, I'm gonna break this up. I'm gonna take the end part of this, and I'm gonna squish this down a little bit so it's gonna execute faster, and frame start and end, and see how that looks. So it's not like it's making that much of a difference. Let's frame that up. I actually think I need to accelerate a little bit more. So I'm just gonna break that up again one time, and then gonna take this one and make one frame smaller, and gonna try and overlap this one frame. So what I'm just looking for is to make that last bit like a little bit more powerful in the moment. That doesn't really seem to be working for me. Frame start and end, and try set speed down a little bit so I can see what is going on. Right. It looks a bit weird, I must admit. I'm gonna take this snap on off and drag it over like this, I think. Okay, I definitely need to work on because I want a kind of an acceleration, so it looks more like a shoot for the hold. Okay, that's something I can play around with off video. But anyway, for now I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do. I am not gonna keep any of these changes. just gonna go with the original one, which was some more frames, I believe. How can I see how many frames that was? It was 62 frames. Okay. So I guess this concludes this video. Oh, before I leave, I want to take a look at stabilizing the hands, actually. That's probably going to be the last thing I'm going to do in this video, because the hands are all over the place right now. So I guess like the right hand is not moving at all during all this animation, so it should be able to just go ahead and take the right hand here and snap that into place. It's still gonna move a little bit. I think I might have to turn this down and see if now stays in place. It doesn't. That's weird. Hello? It's not the pinning, is it? It's not supposed to be moving. Okay, I see something else I want to address, but yeah. Now the shoulders, and that's probably where the jury is coming from. Now his shoulders sort of raised up here. So what I'm gonna do is to have the what do you call it, the pinning on the hands. I'm gonna set a key, for example, in the beginning, and I'm gonna move where it seems like they move upwards. I'm gonna move it down, set a key. I'm gonna move it down a little bit, and something weird happens over here. So I'm gonna try and bring that out. It seems like the arm is a bit overstretched, so what I need to do is to bring the character a little bit closer to the wall, like this. It's gonna bring his arm back to normal. So try set a key here and see if that looks a bit better. Okay, still a little, quite a bit actually. Weirdness going on with the elbows. Let's say put them down a little bit like this. Okay. Yeah. Well, it definitely looks weird now. I think this point I may have put it a little bit too far in. Excuse me. All right. So this looks a little bit better, I think. So I'm gonna merge this down. Right. And then I'm gonna go to the right hand. Find the F curves. And I'm gonna try and iron all that movement out by just simply removing all the keys like this. And it looks like the hand stays pretty much in place now during the entire movement. Also, the left hand here in the beginning needs to stay still, so I'm gonna do something similar with that. So I'm gonna copy a key here, and I'm gonna look for the place where I think, okay, I think I'm gonna let go of the hand right here. I'm gonna paste that in, and this is gonna be a little bit difficult, but I'm gonna take everything in between here and delete that, mark these two up, and flatten that tangent. And then I'm gonna zoom in on the curve here and make sure that it has a nice curve out. So let's see, this has a really nasty bump down here. Oops. So what I'm going to do is just select this and then just bring that up to level like this, so it gets a little bit less dramatic. Okay, so I'm going to do the same here, bring it a little bit up like this. Okay, so that should also make sure that the hand stays more or less in place. Still wobbling a little bit, but for now I'm pretty satisfied with this. So the last thing I'm going to do is to plot this all properties to get the keys baked, and that's why we can see that there's still some minor movements going on. I could maybe try and play around with the pull, but gonna do that afterwards. So with this one, I think is ready for putting onto my list of ready takes. So I'm going to turn this one off, and this one I never turned on. And I have my motion on the root as well. That was already taken care of. So I'm going to turn the expression constraint off as well, and just make sure that everything still moves and stays where they should. I didn't take a look at the foot actually. Yeah, well, that could use a little bit of love as well. So, but anyway, just to cut this short, I'm gonna finish this off by renaming this take to try square idle to cross up second attempt. Now I did already do this one time, so that's why I call it second attempt. Anyway, so in order to get this put onto the skeleton, I'm gonna plot this to the skeleton so I know it is already there. Okay. So just to compare the first attempt that I made with the second one I did on video here, I'm going to turn on the wall here, and I'm going to play this back. And I'm going to switch to the first one. And as you can see, this is quite a bit shorter. It should be the same animation, just only 47 frames long. I think I compressed the last bit quite a bit. So this frame should be the same as this frame, more or less. Yeah. I'm not really sure it is, but I guess almost the same. Yeah. So yeah, two different versions of the same animation. I can now pick one of these and see which one I like the best. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. So stay tuned for more, and bye.